Her name was June, or at least that's the name she went by when she was stripping at a gentleman's club in Great Britain. 2 years before this, June, we'll call her name June, was actually coming to our weekly rosary group in Ireland. My wife and I were youth ministers and we ran a rosary group, and here was this girl. She was terrific. We got to know her really well. She would pray the rosary with us. Well, after she left high school and went to Great Britain, she got into stripping. I contacted her over Facebook and said, June, what's going on? I hear that you're stripping. Now, she just totally got defensive. She thought I was judging her, which I wasn't. I just wanted to see what the case was. And she said, yes, I am into stripping, and if you don't like it, then that's fine with me. And I said, okay. I said, look, would you mind if I did an interview with you, a text interview for my website, just so people get an idea of what it's like, really, to do stripping? And she said, sure. Now, keep in mind, this isn't a girl who had left the stripping sex industry and had become a Christian, so in that case was, in that sense, may have been biased. No. This is a girl whose next job was Saturday night, right? And so I'm writing back and forth with her. And one of the questions I asked her was, June, what's it like, really, stripping for men who absolutely care nothing for you? She said, honestly, she says, I hate it. I hate it. She's like, part of what we have to do is look in their eyes so they feel special and give you more money, but I hate it. Whenever I'm kneeling down looking at them, I think, I hate you. Die. Please die now. And I'm thinking, June, you don't sound all that happy. Why are you doing this? Well, it turns out, she said, I need to pay this fine. It was like $800. And she said, I can't tell my parents because they'll ask questions. And I said to her, okay, June, if my wife and I pay this, will you stop stripping? And she said, well, no, I'm not that kind of girl. And I said, okay, let me get this straight. You're willing to take money to take your clothes off, but you're not willing to take money to keep them on. Do you see that there might be a problem with this? She said, okay, well, yeah, okay, maybe I see there's a problem with this. I said, okay, tell you what, you come around and have dinner with us one night and we'll call it even. She said, okay. And I said, now, June, I love you, but I don't trust you, okay? So what I need you to do is quit, okay? And give me the number of your manager. I need to call him and make sure you've quit, and then I'll send the check. Well, she did that. I called the manager. She did quit. And so I sent over the check, along with some booklets and books from Jason and Kristalina Everett on chastity, which she found really beautiful, even after all the stuff she had done. Well, a couple of weeks later, she comes and she has dinner with my wife and I, and we're sitting up the back, and I say to her, well, I think to say to her, June, do you want to go to confession? But I didn't want her to think that I was preaching at her, you know? But I'm having this war within myself because I'm thinking, if I don't ask her, who in her life is going to, right? So I simply say it. I'm like, June, have you ever thought about going to the sacrament of confession? And she looks up and she says, absolutely, but I'm terrified. I said, well, okay, well, that makes sense. I don't know anyone who enjoys going to the sacrament of confession. I don't know if I would like to know anyone who enjoyed going to the sacrament of confession. It's not a fun experience. So what we did, the next week, I brought a priest over, a good friend, a good holy man, and June came over. Now, she came before the priest and she was trembling, really afraid. She came into the kitchen, I left with the kids, and my wife prayed with her. Father came and went into our lounge room, and June went in and confessed. And she came out skipping with great joy. Isn't this beautiful? No matter where you have been, what's happened to you, what you've done, no one is beyond the mercy of God. Saint Claude de la Colomière once said, and he was talking to our Lord, he said, I glorify you in making known how good you are towards sinners, that your mercy prevails over all malice, that nothing can destroy it, that no matter how many times we fall, no matter how criminally or shamefully, a sinner need never be driven to despair of your pardon. And he says about the devil, he says, it is in vain that your enemy and mine should seek to set new traps daily, for he will make me lose all else before the hope that I have in your mercy. I want to encourage you as a brother, if you've done things in your life, if you've been involved in sexual impurity, stuff you're not proud of, stuff you may have never told anyone, I want to encourage you from the bottom of my heart to approach the confessional, which is the tribunal of mercy, and seek the great healing and love and compassion of our Lord Jesus, who not only loves you in an obligatory sense, right, but he likes you. He delights in you.